Hello, KidsLife! Welcome to our series, God Friends. You know what it means to be a good friend, right? Right? But do you know what it means to be a God friend? What is a God friend? I'm so glad you asked. A God friend is more than just a positive influence in somebody's life. They are a friend that points someone to Jesus. God friends are so vital and important to have in our lives. Not only do they bring the best out of us and help us live our best lives, but they ultimately help us get closer to Jesus Christ. Together, we're going to go on an adventure and look at all the different God friends that are in the Bible so we can learn from them how best we can point others to Jesus. KidsLife, are you ready? 'Cause I am! Woo! Let's start with the game. Come on!
Hey KidsLife! Today, the game we're playing is Spoon Frog. To play this game, you're going to need a few spoons, we are using plastic ones, and a sturdy cup or mug, like these. So you are going to take your 2 spoons, and you're going to place one of them vertically, that means up and down, with the mouth part facing you. Then you're going to take the second spoon and place it exactly the same, but kind of halfway on top of the first one. Now, you're gonna wanna hit the mouth part of the first spoon so that the second one goes flying. Yes. And the aim of the game is to get as many spoons as you can into the cup before the timer runs out. Make sense? All right, let's get into it. 3, 2, 1.
Boom!
Okay, time's up, guys. Okay.
Oh.
Time's up, guys. Did you lose like Andrew? How did you go? Okay, let's go check up with our friends. Here, Piggy Piggy.
Here, pig, pig, pig. It touched me!
Morning.
Oh, hey Dylan. He's my brother.
What happened to you?
Oh, and this is Dawn. Dawn, Dylan, Dylan, Dawn. Dawn, Dylan, Dylan, Dawn.
Well, pigs attacked me.
What? Why did you put me in here?
You should have seen your face. I didn't get attacked by a pig.
That wasn't funny.
Ow! Ow!
Dylan!
Ow!
Dylan, are you Dylan, let me see!
Don't touch me!
Okay, don't be a baby. We're gonna have to see the doctor then.
No,
What?
No! What?
Yeah, come on, it could be rebroken.
Oh, man.
No!
Come on.
Oh.
Come on, let's go. You're all right, come on.
That's some milk.
Oh, stupid Dawn. That's right. Throw a bucket at the guy who has double broken arms. Why did I do that? What was that video Leela was showing me about the life advice things?
Oh, hello again, KidsLife. Wonderful to see you again. It's always such a treat when you get to visit. Are you ready for a story about Paul and some of his friends? Splendid! Let's get into it. Paul was a Christian who spent a lot of time traveling and spreading the message of Jesus. On one of his missionary journeys, Paul met a wealthy Roman citizen named Philemon. Paul and Philemon became very close friends, and eventually, Paul led him to Jesus. Philemon even began to host church gatherings in his own home. Since Philemon was quite a wealthy man, he also owned a bunch of slaves, one of which was named Onesimus. One day, Onesimus wronged Philemon and decided to run away from him, and in those days, there were very serious penalties for this kind of crime. While on the run, Onesimus met Paul, the very close friend of his master Philemon. Paul was in prison at the time, but Onesimus helped and served him. Paul and Onesimus became very close, and Paul even led Onesimus to Jesus, just like he had Philemon. Paul cared so much for Onesimus that he called him his own son. The more Onesimus grew in Christ, the more he changed. He was no longer the same man that betrayed and ran away from his master. He was now a faithful follower of Jesus. Paul discovered that Onesimus had been a slave in Philemon's home and that he had wronged Philemon and run away from him. Paul knew that it was not good for there to be unforgiveness in the hearts of people that love Jesus. So Paul decided to send Onesimus back to Philemon with a very important letter. This was no ordinary letter. Paul wanted to seek forgiveness and restoration between Philemon and Onesimus. Paul knew that this was a perfect opportunity to encourage these two men to show the kind of love to each other that Jesus had shown them. In his letter, Paul told Philemon that he had become very close to Onesimus and that he had led him to Jesus. Paul told Philemon that he was sending Onesimus back to him. Paul's letter requested Philemon forgive Onesimus and drop all charges against him. He wanted Philemon to forgive everything Onesimus had done and to invite him back into his home as a completely free man. Not only did Paul ask Philemon to accept Onesimus back, he asked him to go one step further and invite him in as a brother in Christ. He said, "He is no longer a slave to you. He is more than a slave, for he is a beloved brother." Even though Onesimus had wronged Philemon, Paul was asking Philemon to show the kind of generous, extravagant love he didn't deserve, to embrace him as part of his own family. Now that both Onesimus and Philemon were followers of Jesus, Paul encouraged these two friends to show the same love and forgiveness towards each other that Christ had shown them.
Man, I'm one lucky guy.
Oh, you're just durable.
Thank you.
Wait a minute.
Wait. No way.
Leela! Hey, Dylan! How was your arm? I'm so sorry. I wasn't thinking, and oh my gosh, and your arm, and I'm so sorry.
It's okay. Did you do all this?
What did I do?
Well, all these chores here.
Oh, right. Yeah. Well, just let me know if I did anything wrong. I just wanted to do this for you guys because I knew that, he has to go to the hospital and I knew it would put me way behind.
Nah, it's all gravy, lady. You've done all this, thank you.
Well, I mean, didn't I break your arm?
Nah, I'm tougher than I look.
Like a flower you are.
You guys are so nice.
Yeah, we try to be. I guess we just try to be a bit more like Jesus, And sure, when you maliciously threw that bucket at my hair arms, it hurt quite a lot, but I figured Jesus went through a whole lot more pain for me, and he forgave me, so surely I can forgive you for that tickle you gave me. Meow! Why, Layla? Why?
Well, with all the chores done, I guess we can go get some cake. Come on.
Forgive thy little sister.
Forgiveness can be a hard thing to do, especially when someone has done something wrong against us. Onesimus, he did the wrong thing. And even though he did that, Paul encouraged his friend Philemon to forgive him and to restore their broken relationship. Maybe you've been in one of those three positions. Maybe you've had someone do something wrong against you, or maybe you're the person who's done something wrong. Or maybe you're like Paul and you're trying to reunite two parties back together and reconcile them. Whatever position we find ourselves in, it's so important to remember the way God has forgiven us. We are reunited to God through Jesus' work on the cross. And because he has freely forgiven us, we can now freely forgive others. Jesus demonstrated what true friendship looks like when he laid down his life willingly and in humility for his friends. That's you and me. Remember our new KidsLife memory verse? It's Proverbs 27, verse 17. As iron sharpens iron, so a friend sharpens a friend. KidsLife, I hope you're enjoying this series as much as we are, because it is bananas. Woo! See you next week. Come on.